How's everybody doing tonight? Ready to work on day 19 of this wood trick dragon castle. Sorry. Wood trick dragon castle. What is this we made yesterday? I don't know if this is supposed to be a decoration or a knight standing like on guard. Because like, what's that thing behind him? And why is he so much bigger than the door? I feel like it's a decoration. Anyway, we have to keep these knights. See, they're like, I don't know which direction the swords go on. If I put them like this, then it's like both swords are in the middle. If I put it like this, then both swords are on the outside. I'm not really sure how they're supposed to be. But I think there's another piece we're supposed to add before we actually even put them together. So, hold on a second here. Page 37. There's page 37. So we finished building these. We put the knights in on page 36. Then on page 37, we have to add this piece called 279. Are they calling it for us to wax the roofs of these houses? That's the wax symbol. So, like, they want us to wax the roof of these houses? Why do they want that? Something mobile is going to go on top of it, I guess. Something's going to move around up there. I don't know. Let's just do it right now before we forget. No idea why they want that waxed. It's got ink on it, but it also has a lot of receiving ports, so yeah, there's something going to go on up there, I guess. I don't know. We kind of skipped ahead. I think they actually just want us to, yeah. There's only two pieces on page 37. It's a 279 twice. Board 8. Alright, so we're up to 521. So we're going to find that piece 279, we're going to attach it to here, and then we're going to attach these two things to there, the castle, and then we're going to be kind of like done with page 37. It's going to be the shortest page ever. Let's see. Sometimes I say that, and then it doesn't work out good at all. I rearranged the boards in the box so that now I can see what number they are without having to pull out the board first. I can just like flip through them like vinyl albums in a milk crate in a music shop. Alright, so is this board 8? Yeah, okay. So I did that. I pulled out board 8 without destroying the box. I can't get it focused, but anyway. Board 8. There's a lot going on board 8. What the hell? Yeah, that's a busy board. A lot of tiny pieces, a lot of repetitive pieces. Anyway, here's the 279s. They're like some highly inked pieces here. Something this wood trick does that others don't do. You see those cuts? Those are actually like cracks that go all the way through the board. Like, and I turn it around and prove myself wrong. They don't go through. Those ones don't go through the board. Like so these are just ink. Basically, there have been so many pieces with cracks that go through the board, but those aren't one of them. Yeah, alright, so page 8 does have some. Like if you look on the back of this piece, like this 283, you see a crack that goes all the way through. So like my finger shows up behind there. I don't know, it's kind of dark, you can't really see. I feel like I need to shine a flashlight back there to show off that. I'm not sure how to do that. Let me see here. I'm going to shine a flashlight from the top. Is that going to help? That still looks so dark. But we flipped it over and we saw that it went through. but I guess you can't. It's not like big enough to really see through. Can't believe we were having those like all through the build, and then the one time I flip it over, the cracks don't go through. So these cracks don't go through, but these cracks do. I think in this case, like, look, that crack goes through, and that one probably doesn't. Let's see. Nope, they both go through. All right. I don't know what's the deal with these cracks. I guess they don't all go through. But anyway, a lot of them do, and that's unique to this model puzzle. I haven't seen other people do that. Anyway, let's get these 279s, and let's get them added to where they need to be added, and then put them on the castle, which has already been waxed for some reason. All right, so I would have thought that the ink side would face out, right? Especially with this not having ink. But looking at the picture on the instructions, it looks like the ink is facing in. Maybe that makes sense because you look at it from this direction and you see the ink. But then why is that like not inked? I'm not really sure, but they're gonna do what we're instructed to do. So I think we just got to put it through these two slots, but I'm not sure if I put it all the way through or just that first notch. Let's see if they show it built. You can't tell. All right, let's see here. I mean, that looks like, okay, yeah. It looks like they put that partially through and then they drop it down. So let's try to do that. So get it a little bit in and then slide it down. So the Jets played the Bills today, and Aaron Rodgers got injured on the first play. Not the first drive, not the first play. There's some open space up there. So probably something is going to wedge that in, but not yet. So yeah, the Jets versus the Bills. I mean, I'm a Jets fan, which is a tough thing to be. They have a lot of problems every year. It's almost like they're just not scripted to to ever do well. And, you know, there's always something that happens. There was one season, there was like 2 seasons in a row where they went to the championship game with Bill Parcells, and then the next season, like, Vinny Testaverde gets hurt on the first play. Tom Tupa, the kicker, comes in and throws a touchdown, which was fun for a minute, but for the season it was terrible. And that's kind of what it was today with Aaron Rodgers. Like, I don't know. My feeling is that you can't switch your team to one that's winning. I mean, some people are probably like, oh, it's fun. You go there and they win. But I kind of feel like, you know, you have to, if you want to be a fan, you have to stick with the team. Like, you have to stick with them when they lose so that it's like fun when they win. But I don't know. I mean, I'm 50 years old. Jets haven't won yet. Actually, I'm going to be 50 years old in like 12 days. But anyway, they haven't won yet. They won on the day my parents were married, but that was a couple of years before I was born. All right, it looks like this piece goes on here and on here. Like, this part goes down here and this part goes up here, which makes this door make even less sense. Like, what is this, like a patio? You go out the door and have your breakfast or something? I don't know. Well, I guess it makes sense. Maybe you go out that door and shoot arrows at some sieging empire, some empire siege team. I don't know. These things are really far back here. The pegs that they go in on that, like, second piece of wood, this piece of wood, the pegs feel like really far back there. In fact, I'm going to turn it around. Yeah, that doesn't look right at all. This thing has to maybe slide in? No, because look at that notch there. There's a little, sorry, I don't know how to get to the angle. There's a little like notch there and a little notch there. So I'm assuming those are supposed to line up. And if they're supposed to line up, then there's no way that these are reaching that. Unless this isn't supposed to connect where we've connected it. Let's see. What if we put this in first? Is that crazy? Is that a crazy idea? Well, I just want to see what happens. I put this wall in first. All right. It's in there. It's kind of like, not exactly snug, but it's in there. I don't even know if this is a good idea to like put it in first. Seems like maybe it's a bad idea. Alright, so it's on there, you know. If nothing else, it's on there. Now, how are we going to get this in? Is this going to make sense? Kind of pulling that piece forward. Alright, something's happening here. What do you think? Did that just go in? I think it did. I think that's good. So that's probably the way to go. Put that backboard on first. I think so. It worked for me. Does it look like straight? It looks like a little slanted, right? Yeah, something's like... It's still kind of far away. I don't know why. Not sure how to even fix that. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty good. It could be better, but it's pretty good. Oh, this piece. Okay, you just push it. You literally just push on it. Okay. I forgot that that piece has like movement to it. Alright, so then we just got to do the other side. Same thing, right? So let's take this off. It's easier to just put it on by itself. And then put this, I don't even know what this is, but we're going to put this in next. Oh, so did I put this guy and his sword facing the right direction? I don't know. But it doesn't really matter because it's going to be consistent. This guy is going to face his sword the same way. So whether it's right or wrong, it's right now. Because it's consistent. Alright. So my son's at college campus. I've mentioned that a few times already. And the Bills and the Jets are both New York teams. And I said, you know, maybe they're going to have the game on in the lobby. And he texted me back that they do. And I thought, oh, it's like a great idea. Even if you don't want to watch the whole game, I thought it's like a great idea to go to the lobby of the building and watch the game with everyone from your building. Like, it'll be loud, it'll be exciting. It's like kind of like going to a bar to watch the game. And he didn't, which is kind of was surprising to me because he always was happy to watch the Jets games with me at home. And on the one hand, I think it's great that he wants to watch the games with me. And I really do. I mean, it's like, in a way, that's a dream come true if your son wants to watch the games with you. But I also want him to have fun while he's at college. Like, kind of not sure why he didn't want to watch it. I don't know why I'm talking about this, like, online. I probably should be talking about this with him. So I'll sort of end that conversation. But, you know, if you ever find yourself at college and there's a game on and there's a bunch of people watching it. What's up, bro? Saber. What's up, Saber? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good idea to go to the lobby and watch the game with everyone else, but who knows? To each his own. I mean, honestly, it doesn't sound like something I would have done when I was in college either. But I had friends who did that, you know, and it's like a big deal. They would like watch the game together, and I've even heard people talk about like that's the funnest thing they did at college was like watch the game with their friends. But I can't really blame my son because, you know, I'm not that big on watching games either. I just feel like if I watch them, they're fun. I watch the Super Bowl every year. If the Jets are in the playoff, I'm definitely going to watch that. But, like, I don't carve out my schedule to watch games. That's like, you know. In fact, I don't even know who won this Jets-Bills game. We should probably look that up. Let's see if we can get pictures or descriptions of the events. I don't have the expressed written consent of the NFL, but maybe let's just see if we can get the score. I don't know why that's there. All right, Jets, Bills. Let's see who won this game. It's probably still going on. Right, so I'm just as guilty as my son. I'm like, oh my goodness, the Jets are winning. What? Now I wish I'd watch it. Oh, that's a final. The Jets actually won this game. They beat the Bills. All right, it's probably good that my son didn't go watch in the lobby because up where he is, they're Bills fans. And my son and I are Jets fans, so it's probably best that he didn't watch it in the lobby. You know, he might have made enemies instead of friends. Wow, now I have to watch a recap of that game. The Jets won. Nice. How did they manage that? Well, I guess I'll watch the replay and find out. I haven't got this piece in yet that I've been working on. While you were looking at blown up instructions. Why is it like something's like not lined up here? You know, the other side, I wasn't even really like thinking it was lined up and it just went in. This one I gotta get a close look. Hold on. You know what? That to me looks like it's pretty close to being lined up. Maybe it needs to go back just like a smidge. All right, smidge back. And let's try to push it down. It's not going anywhere. What's the problem? Is there like problem up here at this end? Maybe the other end didn't go in either. No, the other end went in. So what did we do right at this end? And why can't we replicate it at this end? Let's try again, I guess. To like kind of wiggle it sometimes to get it in there. Alright, that felt like it was in for a second. Alright, that's going in. Well, this side went in. I don't know if you can see that. This side is in. This side is not. And this side is starting to flake. Which means that if I push it in, it's going to go in. But it's going to break off pieces. But I'll take it. Oh man, that thing is not going in for nothing. For anything. Whatever. Whatever you want to... Whatever expression you want to use, it ain't going in. Try again. First you don't succeed, Try again. All right. We successfully jammed it in there. So I guess we're done with page 37. Why is this thing now not sit even? Did we like break something else in the process? We probably did, right? I want to watch a clip of that Jet game, but I think it's like illegal for me to play it on the stream. I don't know if illegal, that might be like something. It's in some way wrong. I don't think anyone will arrest me, but if there's something like wrong about it, it's somehow not allowed. I need like the express written consent of somebody. All right. 220. All right. This 220 piece has been sitting on my desk ever since it fell out of its board. I assume this is 220. I think we should go to the board and just confirm it looks like it. And then we need 274 times 4. And I want to wax those pieces. Like the pieces that are getting inserted need to be waxed. Which again strikes me as an odd choice. The waxing is a little, I don't know, maybe even excessive. Like usually you only wax things if they're going to move. If they're not going to move, you don't need to wax them. Anyway, 274 times 4 plus the 220. And it's going to come from board 6. All right, so 5 pieces. And I need board 6. We'll be back in a second with board 6. See, the numbers are at the bottom of the board. So all I had to do was put the boards in upside down, and now I could see. Why does it say 69 there? Or is it? Yeah, 69. Why does it say that? Are there 69 pieces on this board? Just a little disturbing. I don't even want to go into why. All right, so what piece was I looking for? It's right here. 227. 227 times 4. There's the 227. Looks like a piece you would use at the barbecue to like flip over hot dogs or something. By the way, I'm supposed to be getting a chair that's not so noisy on my birthday. I may not, like, it'll be for my birthday. I may not actually have it by my birthday. But that's like already been discussed. That's the present I'm going to get. The reason I mention that is this chair is so loud. It's like squeaks every time I move, but hopefully soon we're going to have one that doesn't squeak. Let's see. Okay. Now those pieces all came out with splinters. So it's going to take some work. You can see the splinters there. That's no good. Man, splinters everywhere. Yep. More splinters. I wonder if that was the first game of the season. So are the Jets now like have a winning record? 1-0? I have to look into that. Did it say? Yeah, 1-0. The Jets now have a winning record. Yeah, that's nice. All right, so this piece on page 38, what do they want us to do with this piece? I understand they want us to put these 4 like barbecue tools into the 220 piece. But like then what? All right, we can tell by looking at it. It's going to go like up against those walls. But what is it going to connect to? Not really sure. It's also kind of tricky to get this board in order. It's if you look at this piece, not board, this piece, the big 220 piece, it's got a lot of markings on it. And I think if you look at the way this castle is set up, it's going to go in like this. Like this is the way it's going to go. So then these pieces are going to go like sort of pointed outward, and they're going to go in this spot, but they're going to connect, I think, to these 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the plan. All right, let's wax them all up. I mean, if a piece is going to be held by tension, I don't know why you would wax it. Now, it's going to be held dropping it in from the top, so it has gravity on its side, and I think it's not going to go anywhere. But like, if you were putting this in like sideways and it was going to be held by friction, you definitely wouldn't want to wax it. I'm not convinced that the waxing is helpful here, because all you're doing is connecting it. Normally you wax things when they're going to have movement. And as you can see, they were calling for wax. There's no way that this square is moving. There might be stuff underneath it that's moving, but the square is not moving. And there's little hooks on these 227 pieces, and I think those hooks are going to go sort of, you see those slots on the pieces we just put on a minute ago? I think that's where they're going to go. So I think I'm going to line those up first, and then I'm going to try to get the bottoms on. Wow. A lot of these connections are really complex. Not complex, but just like challenging. Like this is one of them. Like I'm trying to do this, but there's a lot going on. Like I don't even know if that stuff underneath is lined up. Like how would I know? From this angle. It's blocked by the wood. I have no idea if it's lined up. And if I don't know if it's lined up, I don't know if I could push on it. That may be why they wax these pieces up, so that they'll want to go in to the holes that they're supposed to go into. But wow. Yeah, I cannot see the holes underneath. And I also don't know about, there's other pieces in there. I think I gotta pick this up. Yeah. You see those pieces in there? Like, where are they supposed to come out? So this goes in the middle. Where do these two go? Like here and here? Sorry. This goes in the middle. And then there's like these two pieces. These two. Where do they go? Not sure. Maybe we can get one side at a time. Wow. Yeah, we need to know where those go. Let's zoom in here. Oh my goodness. Okay, we were doing it wrong. We're doing it very wrong. There's an obvious place where those go if you do it right. All right. How is this staying in? Oh, I was pulling the wrong piece. Okay. So you see those four like squares there? They go on top of those pieces. And then hopefully things start lining up. But honestly, I'm not sure they are going to. I think there's a lot going on with this. You know what? Let me pull these out. Save them for a minute from now. Let me just work on getting those this hooked on to those other pieces first. I mean, that's like hard enough. And then we'll work on dropping those in. I don't know. It doesn't look like they're lined up to me. Maybe a little bit this way. Let's see. I can't tell. Dang it. Can't get a look. All right. I wonder if I could put a light back there and then I'll see in there. Or maybe through the drawbridge. Let me try something. Alright, just grab the light in the hopes that I'll be able to see what I'm doing when this is lit. Alright, let's see. Alright. I put a light back there, and I now can see a little bit inside. Not a lot, just a little. All right, I'll try this again. I can't see. I can't see what I like. The piece blocks what we're gonna connect to. It blocks my view of it. All right, let's try putting the light here. Can't tell if that's lined up or not. I still can't tell. I think that they're not lined up. Like they need to go further this way or something. Yeah, and they can go. They're like gears. They can go. They can move. All right, let's try it again. What do you think? Is that lined up? I'm not seeing them go on those hooks. Where's that drawbridge? Oh, it's right here in front. All right, let me see if I can open up the drawbridge. All right, drawbridge is open. Light is into the drawbridge. Let's see if we can see yet what we're doing. Okay. I can see in there now, but I still can't quite tell if it's lined up or not. And I gotta get both of them at once. Just feel like that's not gonna be easy. Well, I haven't gotten either of them yet. There's like 2 sets of 2. One, 2, 3, 4. They're supposed to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Sort of start back here and drop them down. Come on. I'm using these. Oh, I just knocked something apart there. I'm going to say I'm using these sticks to line up the piece that's supposed to connect. You know, I'm trying anyway. Trying to get it lined up. Why can't I tell which direction it needs to go? I think it needs to go this direction. Something felt like it was going in. I'm not sure if it's working or not, but for a second there it seemed like it was. Does it have to go like flush? I don't think it does. I don't think those pieces are in there, but maybe they are. They're pretty close. If they're not, they're close. Let me try to move this one a little bit. No, that's not on anything now. This one I think is on, but this one is not. Well, maybe they are on. No, they're not. I wish I had something like one of those trivia cards to talk about, because all I'm doing is just sitting here like commenting that this is not going on. It was 9/11 today. I'll tell you, I was thinking about something. Rudy Giuliani and Donald Trump, they're like big friends right now, right? And they're both from New York, so they've probably known each other a while. There's a clip of Donald Trump on 9/11 saying there must have been bombs because he doesn't see how the steel plane could have, how the plane could have went through the steel, like the Twin Towers, World Trade Center, the one thing that got destroyed on 9/11. I mean, I know there were other things destroyed, but like the Twin Towers were like a pretty famous thing that got destroyed on 9/11. And they had kind of an exoskeleton, like the steel beams were like on the skin of the building. It was like a different way. Normally it's like they would be on the elevator, but it was constructed with the steel beams as the skin. And so Trump was a builder, and he was a builder in Manhattan, and he was a celebrity. So on the day of 9/11, he said something like, I bet they had like bombs timed to go off at the same time, because otherwise I don't see how those planes could have like gotten through those steel beams. Like he said that, like on 9/11, like the second that it happened, or the day that it happened. Basically, his like gut reaction to it was like something's missing here. There must have been bombs. But nowadays, and even though on 9/11, the FBI described the investigation into the explosion at the Pentagon as having the project name of Pent Bomb. Pent Bomb, like Pentagon bomb, like not Pentagon plane bomb or whatever. So Trump and the FBI were both saying bomb on the day of 9/11. But nowadays, that's considered a conspiracy theory if you say that. Like, you could say it on the day it happened. That was like speculation, but now it's conspiracy theory. So anyway, Rudy Giuliani was the mayor of New York at that time. So he, he was very involved, and I don't think he's allowed to indulge in any conspiracy theories. He's like very, like, first party involved in that, what happened. I mean, first party maybe not the correct thing, but I mean, he was mayor of New York when New York suffered 9/11. Oh, that was another thing that made me think of that. It was the game, the Bills versus the Jets. They're both New York football teams, and New York was where the major loss of life was on 9/11. Although, if you're talking about the planes hitting the towers, then Jets versus Giants would be more on point phonetically. But anyway, let's just forget about that. That's ridiculous. So the Bills were playing the Jets. So someone could ask, because now Trump and Giuliani are like best friends, like someone could potentially ask them in an interview with both of them there, so what destroyed the Twin Towers, like planes or bombs? Like with the two of them there in the same interview. I shouldn't laugh. I mean, I lost people too on 9/11. It's not like I'm totally an outsider. It's just that it was 22 years ago. At my kid's school, there's a monument to all the graduates who were lost, and actually the greatest number of them were in my year, which was 1991. I graduated from high school, which kind of makes sense. Like 10 years later, you're like 28 years old. That's like probably a very like common age for people who died on 9/11. All right, so this is in here. I'm not sure about the pins underneath. I mean, they're kind of pinned in place, but they're not like, they might move side to side. It was really tough. I don't know if I got it. I honestly can't even tell if I got them or not. It's again that problem with it being very black in there. I see pins in there. Actually, I see two pins on this side. I only see one pin on this side. So this side even though this was the side we thought we were getting, it actually seems like we didn't get this side. But we did get the other side, shockingly. So this one needs to somehow move over. I'll use this key tool to try to do it, which could result in me dropping the tool in there. But let's try. I'll try to get a good grip on it. My iPad just timed out, which means we haven't referred to the instructions in 15 minutes, which is crazy. Yeah, if I keep doing this, I'm going to lose the tool. All right, I'm going to turn off the flashlight. And I think I'm just going to be happy with this as it is. We got 2 in on this side. We have either 0 or 1 in on this side, even though that was the side we thought we had first. And I'm still not quite... Oh, it's too far. It's leaning too far back. All right, let me see if I can get that. I have another tool. There it is, metal tool. All right, let's put the drawbridge back up. Which is the one that's out? This one? It's out to the back. Let's see here. Oh, they're both out to the back. Neither of these is lined up. All right, that looks good. How about this one? We might be good. We might be good. I don't know how we pulled that off. All right, let me turn on the flashlight again and take a look. I think we got them. Let's try again. We're good. All 4 pins are in. I don't know how we pulled that off. We got very lucky. All right. Let's see. Is that it for this page? No, there's a second half to this page. All right. So we need to put on some side pieces. Is this going to be it? Yeah. This is a times 4. We need to do this 4 times. So we need 4 229s and 4 236s. So that's 8 pieces. So we're going to go from 526 to 534. And then we're going to add those pieces like kind of... they're going to go like on the side here. Probably from here to here. I don't know. Let's just grab the pieces and see where they fit. So 236 and 229. 229 is like a eagle head or something. And 236 is this little piece. There's the eagle head or whatever that is. Not sure what that is. But there it is. All right, let's grab these pieces. One. Two, 3. Oh, there was another thing in the news. The kid from that 70s show, what was his name? I think they used to call him by his last name, and he had curly hair. I remember the actor's name because he was in the news. It was like Danny Mastrantonio or something like that. I can't remember what his name was on the show, though. They used to call him by his last name, as I recall. Anyway, the kid from that 70s show was like sentenced to many years in prison. And it was for a horrendous crime, which was rape. Look image, okay? So Saber said to look image. I'm not sure at what point I missed. I probably missed something because he said look image. I'm going to go back and look at the image. And then he said bye. Look image probably means I did something wrong. Well, at one point I had the 220 piece backwards. Maybe that was the problem. Let me look at some more images here. Well, not sure. Oh, 268. Oh, we need to add 268. We need to add some other piece. All right, so that's definitely something that's worth looking at the image, because I was thinking this little piece that I'm making is going to go there, but that's not it. It's 268, so we need to get 268. Do we need 4 268s? It doesn't say it. Yeah, I mean, we definitely need, I think, 4 268s. So that was a good call. Saber's saying look image, and then he said goodbye, so he's probably already gone, but I'll say bye and thank you for catching that mistake. So let me grab those 268s before I forget. What board are they on? Board 7. Do I have board 7? I think I have 6 and 8. All right, let me grab board 7 and get the 268s. All right, so if there's 4 of these, then that's what we need. 245 looks like what they labeled 268. Okay, there it is. There's 268. All right. So 1, 2, 3. It says 245 here, but I think it's really 268 because no, there's 2 268s and 2 245s. All right, so I don't know the difference. I guess it'll be obvious when we try to put them like on the board. Probably the 268s will fit someplace and the 245s will fit someplace else. Yeah. Not sure what's going on here. But the 245s, yes, they go on the sides as well. And 4 of these. Alright. So I grabbed the 268s. I guess for now I'll leave the 245s. So I'll increment up to 536 pieces, and I'll keep putting these eagles on. So what were we talking about a minute ago? Was it the 9/11 thing or something else? Look image. Oh, yeah. I think I finished it. So it would be interesting to ask Rudy and Donald at the same time, like, was it a bomb or a plane that brought down the Twin Towers? Again, not that it's like the big deal. I mean, the big deal is the loss of life, but it's like unresolved. It's like one of those things that's unresolved. Like, some people say, like, stop creating like 9/11 conspiracy theories, but I think a lot of people, they feel like, well, just wrap this up. I mean, finish it, you know, like if you don't want conspiracy theories, then like finish your investigation. And you know, it's weird, like, who are the people who call everything conspiracy theories? I mean, it's like, I feel like they're the same people who like were anti-science 500 years ago. Remember, like, Galileo and these different people would get like prosecuted for doing science. I feel like that's what happens nowadays. Conspiracy theories, people get called conspiracy theorists. The people who used to be called heretics. It's like someone doesn't like what's the term? Alternative theories, alternative resolutions. All right, the 268, where does that go? Like, I just don't understand, like, how do you know when to use the 268 and when to use the 245? This 268 is supposed to like pull these pieces together somehow. I don't see it doing that. Well, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just goes entirely onto this existing like structure. It's kind of breaking when I try to get it on. All right. That was kind of cool, actually. All right. I think the difference between the 268 and the 245 is just where they fit on. I think that they only can fit on certain areas. Like the 268s go on these two places and the 245s go on the other two places. So we probably can put the 245s on as well. All right. I'm going to increment the counter to 538 and put the 245s on. But maybe I'm putting them on too soon because the instructions might say different. Anyway, I'm putting them on. If I end up having to take them off, so be it. So I think the 245 and 268 are basically like identical pieces. They're just like mirror images or whatever. So I noticed Saber says what? What is do you mean like what am I doing? Like am I doing something crazy? Or do you mean like what was the question? The question I think was what image should I look at? And I think I found these 245s and 268s and realized I needed to add those. So I'm adding them now. But I still didn't do those eagle pieces yet. I got to do those. All right, let's do the eagle pieces. All right, so we built them. Now what? All right, here's one of the eagle pieces. They just kind of go like here and here. Like all four eagle pieces just go 1, 2, 3, 4. If so, then I need to build like 4 more of them. $186. Where's this 186 coming from? Oh my goodness. All right, so 1, 2. All right, I see where the eagles go. But the 186s, we need those too. All right, I see 252. That looks like what we need, but it's not it. All right, where's 186? What board is it on? Okay. Board 5. 186 is on board 5. I'll tell you what, I have the 186s. I don't know why I have these, but I have them already on the table for some reason or another. I have them all. I have all 4 186s. No idea why, but I have them. So let's add 4 more pieces. That brings us up to 542. All right, let's just put one of these on. All right. All right. It doesn't really show this 186. Like, how does it go here? I see an arrow pointing to it and saying 186. Oh, okay. It just goes like right here. And then the other piece goes next to it. The other piece is not 186. It's 236. So the 186 and the 236, they go next to each other. The one that goes closer to the building is the 186. And the further one from the building is the one with the eagle attached to it. And then something's going to attach on the top of all these pieces, because they've got pins on top. So it's definitely something's going to attach there. There's also an attachment going into the wall there. Not sure what's going to catch that. There we go. You hear the sound that thing made when going in? Was really like digging into that wood there. Yeah. We need something to catch on that stuff. Anyway, let's just pop these 186s out. What page are we on at this point? 39. Now we're on 39. All right, so I'm going to stop after these like 8 pieces or whatever that I've got here, because it's already over an hour. And I'm going to go watch a clip of the Jets winning. I can't believe it. I know it's just a football game, but see, I wish I could watch. I used to watch them. I remember there was a time when I did watch the games. I guess I used to have more free time. It's like, you'll see, if you're not already like 50 when you get to the age, it's like an interesting age because you're a manager at work. So there's like other people at work doing the grunt work. And that in itself is challenging because when you're doing the work yourself, well, you could just do it and it's done. But when someone else is doing the work, you've got to sort of be on their schedule. Like whenever they do it, whether it's the vendor or the subordinate or the person you're working for or the person you're supporting, it's like you've got to be available on all of their schedules. So that's tricky. Then your parents are getting old. So your parents who like helped you your whole life, now you've got to help them because they're getting old. And then your kids are like just trying to go to high school, college, develop their career. They need support. I'll tell you, it's like, it's not, they have t-shirts like life begins at 40. And that's when I wrote my comic books. Like, I guess between 40 and 50, because when you get to 50, it's like you get a brief break from work at 40, but then you go right back to work at 50. And when I say a brief break, I mean you're still working, but you're just not working like you're working hard, but not like triple hard. Like you're usually working 3 times what anyone ever told you you'd be working. Whereas, you know, maybe in your 40s you only have to work like the regular amount that you were promised, not like a triple load. But then you get to 50 and it's like back to a triple load. It's like, because when the kids are young, they're actually kind of easy to watch because it's like a scale thing. It's like when your kids are little, like going around the block, going to the park, like they, you know, eating like chicken nuggets. It's like pretty easy. But my kids are high school, college, and one just graduated business school. So, like, I guess at this point, the high school one is the easiest. He's just in high school for 2 more years. And then college, it's, like, challenging because the person, my son, is far away. And then the one who's graduated already is challenging because he's got to set up his life, you know? Like, whatever he's going to do for the rest of his life. He's now out of business school. It's no longer just get A's. Now he has to get, like, launch his career successfully, which he already has some success, but he needs to find more. Basically, it never gets easy. It's like, there's no easy time in life. I know some people would say like, well, enjoy your teenage years. That's the lightest your load's ever going to be while you're like in an adult body. And it's probably true. Because even in high school, like, it's a little bit easier. Like, I don't remember sweating over high school projects. Like, I remember sweating over college projects. Some of them were genuinely tough. Like, I don't remember ever sweating over college, high school academics. And even the sports in high school, it's like, if you're a naturally good athlete, I mean, you'll do well in sports in high school. You don't, you don't need to really, I mean, it's nice if you train, you'll maybe get college scholarship or get ranked or something, but really, if you're a good athlete and you enjoy playing sports, high school should be fun. It's like, shouldn't be too difficult. So yeah, I guess I didn't see it until now, but I'll join that chorus of people who says like, you might as well enjoy your high school years because it's going to be a while, if ever, that you have a situation like that again. All right, we got those 8 pieces in. I've been blabbering. Let's pick up tomorrow. I'm John Rapp. This is Just Rest Your Eyes. Good night, and see you tomorrow.